welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a little get ready with me, and also I'm going to be answering some of your questions that you guys asked me through my Instagram. If you guys haven't followed me on my Instagram, go ahead and follow me there. Go ahead and give me a follow, and also don't forget to subscribe in my channel also. But if you guys are interested in seeing what are the questions that I answered, go ahead and keep on watching. And if you guys are also interested in seeing what is my skincare and also what is my easy makeup routine, go ahead and keep on watching. Alright guys, so for starters, I did buy some of these pins. I love these. If you guys haven't purchased, by the way, I am wearing a crop top. I'm not naked. I just like not to have any shorts or anything because sometimes it gets really messy and I hate getting my clothes dirty. So yeah, so I am not naked. I am wearing a crop top, and I'll probably lift it a little more. I'm not naked. Okay, so pretty much I just pull my hair back with these little clips, and they are the best thing ever. You don't even have to use a headband or anything. You can just pull them back. I'm gonna go back a little bit just because the lighting is a little... I did buy some new equipment for my videos, but I don't know how I feel about the light. Let me know if this light is a little darker. I don't feel like it's still so bright. It's very dim, so I don't know if it makes... I don't know, we'll see. This is my first video with my new equipment, so we'll see. But for starters, usually when I leave my shop, I shower, I get ready, depending on what we do on the weekends. But because we do close early, sometimes we get to do little things here and there throughout the weekend. So let's pretend today is a Saturday, which is not, but let's pretend today is a Saturday. And I already know I'm going to be talking a lot, so let me go ahead and get some waters. Hold on. All right, I'm back. All right. So, as I was saying, I pretty much just like to get ready and do it very simple, because sometimes what we like to do, I mean, like everybody, you know, you like, once you start getting closer to the 30 age range, you want to start early. So pretty much sometimes we decide to have a drink after our shop, so we want to start early. So I think the earliest we started drinking has been 11 or 12, so super early because we do have to work in the morning. So yeah, so we are home by 7. Yeah, I know, it's crazy, but that's how we're doing it right now. That's how we're living a life right now, and that's what it is. Alright, so to get started, I very much start off with my oils, and I do start off with my Revitalift. If you guys haven't purchased this, I know I had mentioned it in my other videos. I highly recommend this, guys. This is a must-have, and it just also, on top of the Revitalift serum, and it's all dusty, but if you guys haven't purchased these, I highly recommend it. For those of you guys that are getting in the older age, these have collagen, and also it has sunscreen. If sometimes you forget to put sunscreen, this has you covered, and I believe it says it lasts up to 24 hours. Yeah, so it can last up to 24 hours, and you can get protected with the sun, so that's perfect. I put on this, and then I add a little bit of my serum. So excuse my nails, by the way, I don't have nails. And I just add a little bit goes a long way. That's actually a lot. So I just add that much, and then I just put it all over my face. Make sure you guys, your face is washed. I mean, your face and also your hands, because you are going to be touching your skin. And I do have a little bit of breakout. It's right here, but it's okay. It's that time of the month, right? Alright, everybody breaks out. And I didn't do my eyebrows, so if you guys can see it, I am so sorry, but that's what it is. And then once I do that, put it all over my skin, a little bit of my chest, I do go ahead and add my serum. So just a couple of dots, not too much, because we are going to put it with makeup, so you don't want to overdo it either. And then same thing, just all over my skin, my neck, a little bit of my chest where the sun's gonna be hitting it, and just like that. So once I have that on, I did go ahead and start putting on, if you guys can't tell, look at my under eyes, they are horrible. Lack of sleep, guys. You need sleeps. If, like I mentioned in my other videos, in this world, sleep is very important. So okay, so I did go ahead and start using olive oil. So I did put it in one of my older little pictures that I had for my oil. So I now do use olive oil because I heard olive oil has great it does so good to the skin. So I add olive oil a little bit. I mixed it a little bit with my old one, with my old jasmine oil. So I have some in here. So it still smells really good. I mixed it with my jasmine. So yeah, so that's pretty much what I do to my skin. That is it. Obviously right now I'm gonna do my makeup, so I don't do any under eye or anything like that. As long as I stay moisturized, that's pretty much what I worry about. But yeah, you guys will see the difference right now once I cover my face up, how crazy makeup can make miracles. But just saying. All right, so for starters, I do like to always start with my eyebrows. And that's like the very first thing I start to do. I just like to get started, and I do use, I don't know if I've mentioned it in my last video, but I do use the Revlon, this one is a Color Stay Brown Pencil. So I use it in the color, I think it's just brown pencil color, and it has a little spoolie at the end, and it has a pencil. So this is so easy, 2-in-1, and it's not that expensive. It's very inexpensive. So I just trace my eyebrows around, and I don't perfect them. I know back then I used to always, when I used to draw my eyebrows in, I used to always just kind of make it that sharp look, but now I just brush them up a little bit more, like, and then kind of avoid the center, and then just go through it just like that. And then same thing on the other side. And then right now my hair is red, burgundy red, so brown goes with my hair perfectly. I don't have to do dark black one. So I'm just kind of going over with it just like that. And yeah, so pretty much some of the questions that you guys asked me was questions that I think I'm gonna make a separate video. It was very cool questions that I think this time in this video, ooh, my focus, I'll probably just answer maybe 2 or 3 because I think it's gonna be long answers, and I don't take that long on getting ready. So one of the questions that was asked was how, because I've mentioned in the past that I grew up with strict parents, right? Sorry if you guys can hear all the dishes in the back. I'm so sorry. But people are always cooking and cleaning here, I swear. And when it's not them, it's me. So it's like all day nonstop. We're always cleaning, eating. But anyways, back to what I was saying, was the question that they were asking was how did you manage on surviving or going out when you had really strict parents, or based on like your culture, something between those lines. So basically saying, how did I manage to become who I am if my parents were really strict? And you know, it was rare for them to see us with like a boyfriend or anything like that, especially going out. Like in high school, my whole high school years, I never really went out, so my parents were really strict. Like I think I started going out my senior year, and even then I still had to lie to them, hence my sneaking out video. If you guys haven't watched it, I'll go ahead and link it in this video so you guys can take a look of the craziness. But yeah, so pretty much a little background on how my family is for those of you guys that are not Mexican or haven't really experienced like strict parents. Obviously every parent's gonna be strict in their own way. Everybody can see their strictness in a different way, but the way that my parents were, we weren't allowed to go out. I think we didn't really start shaving our legs. I know, that's crazy. Shaving our legs until maybe we were like 15. We couldn't really do our eyebrows, our nails, like everything was just so like on, especially for women, we were so like, and I think we are the first generation that came here. For my parents migrated from Mexico, and mostly like all my family did. So all my cousins are first generation here. So they were so stuck on their ways, how they were in Mexico, right? And back in the, you know, when they grew up, the 70s, the 80s, whatever time my parents grew up. So they were so stuck with that's tradition, being so strict. And yeah, so pretty much the way that we would do it. How did we go out? How did we start? Well, it was a group of us. It's actually 5 of us that we usually would always go out. We're always around the same age, and of course we have other older cousins that we would also hang out together. But usually it's been only mostly 5 of us, so it's been all the time. So we've been always together, even though right now it's not as, we don't always go out as much as we used to, just because we all have our own lives and it gets harder for us to get together. But what we would do is we would manage to go to my older cousin house, and we would manage to go out that way. And we would just be like, Dad, Mom, can you let us go out, and can you let us go stay the night or the weekend? We're gonna go do we're gonna go to like Knott's. That was actually one of the most fun weekend I've ever had. We actually said we were gonna go to Knott's, and yeah, we actually went out partying, clubbing, and it was very, very fun, because that was our very first time when we had experienced going out and really doing something, because we never really allowed to do that. So it was nice to know that our cousin had our back, and we were able to go hang out with her and at her house. And she's only a couple of years older than us, but that's what we did. We pretty much went to her house and we were just having fun. And we went out, and I think that's some of the ways that we managed on, well, me and my sisters managed, and my cousins managed to go out, is just pretty much, I know it sounds bad, well, I'm speaking for myself. We would probably lie a little bit, because we needed to grow up. We were not in their life that they grew up in. Like, for example, for women, women back in Mexico, like around my age, when I was like 18, you know, that was their time for them to start dating. Oh, and right now I'm going in with the concealer. This one's from CoverGirl. I love this one. I prefer this one than the Tarte one, by the way. And then I just outline it a little bit. So in Mexico, how they would do it is they would just meet their boyfriends in their balcony or like outside a window, and that's how they would talk. But the way that things were, and I'll show you a little clip here of how the streets are in Mexico. So basically the entire street, the houses are literally on the street, So that's how they would talk to their boyfriends and girlfriends, and yeah, that's how people used to do it back then. So to us growing up with like such a traditional family, it was so hard to break those barriers, just because we were mostly, all of us were all women. So, you know, they had the same values and they had the same traditions, and they didn't want us to, you know, just grow up and go off and get married with any random guy, especially being in a foreign country, I would say. So yeah, so that was pretty much how strict my parents were. We would really have to unfortunately lie to them sometimes to manage to go out, because sometimes we wouldn't even be able to go out because of the whole reason that my parents were so strict. So yeah, so that was fun, and it was all fun and games with all the girls. And we would always manage to go out and yeah, just pretty much hang out and do our own thing. by unfortunately like trying to say that we were going other places other than what we had said in the beginning. Alright guys, so this is my eyebrow so far right now. I'm just smoothing it out, taking off all the edges, kind of having that sharp look, but not too much, just enough so that my eyebrows can look colored in and even a little microbladed. But yeah, so to answer that question in a nutshell, pretty much we had to manage, we had to lie a little bit, throw little white lies to be able to go out and enjoy ourselves a little bit more, because if not, I feel like we would have not gotten our, like, not enjoyed our life a little bit more. So, and then with the same concealer that I have left over, I'm just gonna put it all over my under eye. And then sometimes I like just to go under with my finger, because I feel like with the sponge sometimes it takes out all the product. So, and with the oil guys, I promise you guys, if you guys if you guys have dry skin, I highly recommend oils for your primers, just because it's gonna keep your makeup more moisturized, and also it's not gonna cake it up as much as if you would just use like a regular concealer or moisturizer. I'm sorry. Or primer. I'm just gonna cover up any imperfections that I want to cover up here, and then just kind of go on and smooth it out. Alright, so it's still some areas that I'm just gonna run through that, and then of course with the spoolie I'm just gonna go ahead and smooth out my eyebrow. And I just go very lightly under, just so it can wash up any sharp edges. Down here. And up there. Just like that. Alright, so once I'm done with my eyebrows, I go in with the foundation. And the foundation that I started using since I went to Vegas, I got the Inflammable from L'Oreal. So it's really good. I really liked it. I didn't think I was gonna like it as much as I do. So yeah, so I like it. And then I'm still using my hemp seed oil vitamin E. So I just pretty much spray and then just put a little dab of foundation, or like 2 pumps, and just dab dab dab. Just like that. So yeah, so that's pretty much my childhood, me becoming an adult, from a teen to an adult. Just pretty much managing ways to go out. And I'm not saying go out there and do that, but sometimes if you grow up in a household like mine, or in a family like mine, sometimes guys, to get what you want, sometimes even if it's just to go out and have some fun, safe fun, sometimes you have to say little or do little things that you need to do to go and enjoy yourselves. But yeah, that was pretty much our childhood. That's why if you guys are parents out there and you have your teenagers and you're giving them restrictions, it's not the best idea sometimes, because, and that's just my opinion, because you do little things like this. So yeah, I used to lie a little bit to my parents and tell them I was doing something other than I wasn't. So yeah. And yeah, so pretty much I just add all the foundation all throughout my face, my skin, my neck, and it looks flawless. I'm gonna add a little bit more just because I wanted to give me more like a cover on these areas, because I am breaking out a little bit. And just like that. Perfect. Alright, and with the same concealer, I'm going to conceal under my eye. By the way, this makeup takes me like no longer than 15-20 minutes. Right now it's taking me a little longer to do step by step because I'm talking a lot. But yeah, so I just add a little bit of concealer, and then with the same sponge, I just kind of spread it out through my entire under eye, just to brighten up that area since it is a little darker because I am low on sleep. You know what? How strict your parents were, if you had strict parents, because my parents started to loosen up a little bit as we started to grow older, and as they started to see that, you know, we were those girls that would go out eventually. They started noticing that we'd like to go out, but we weren't doing anything wrong. You know, we weren't out there doing drugs or anything like that. We were just wanting to go out. All of our family are big party family people. And yeah, we like to drink, and at the same time we love to dance. So we love to go out like to clubs and stuff like that. So that was our biggest thing, is like dancing and just having a good time. So it was all fun. It was never nothing crazy. So yeah, our parents started noticing that we were, you know, just trying to enjoy ourselves. We all started getting a little bit older, and then we started to just go out a little bit more. But yeah, to answer that question, yes, I lived with strict parents, but we actually learned how to manage a little bit. But yeah, what else? Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with my concealer. This one is a hydrating combo concealer, but this one I've mentioned before. I use a darker tone to contour my skin. So I use a little bit goes a long way. So I use very little, just like a little line like that. And then with a brush, I just go through and contour. And I just do it in circle motion, just like that. Very simple. I don't like to really spend too much time with this because I wanted to make sure it looks very natural and not so rough or like too much. So I just like to go on top of my forehead a little bit and all throughout my cheekbone. Just like that. And make sure I am highlighting and contouring upwards in circle motion. Okay, so if you can see the conceal, you can see a little bit more of the definition here. Perfect. So now I go in with my Fit Me loose powder, finishing powder. So I just shake it up a little bit and under my eyes. Same thing on this side. And then of course contour the bottom very lightly, just to give it enough definition. Just like that, and then same thing to the other side. Just like that. All right, and at this point, I like to use a very light brown color just to give it a little bit more of a, even though my makeup does not take me that long, I like to sometimes just add a little bit more of color just so it can pop a little bit more, especially if I'm gonna wear lashes. So I just like to use any palette. I have my L'Oreal again here, L'Oreal palette, and I use any brown I use pretty much. The lightest, the darkest, depends how you're feeling that day. I just dab this one right in the middle and then shake it off a little bit, and then just same thing, go around my eye. Especially if I didn't do my eyebrows, I like to cover that up a little bit more, just like that. Simple that is, and you just add a little bit more color and more definition on top of your eye. And if you have any shimmer, if you want to go a little extra, then why not? So I have little shimmers here from the chocolate palette. This Too Faced chocolate palette is so old, I know, but I still love it. It still has what I want. It still has what I need. And just with my finger, I use the caramel color and then just pat it on there. Just like that. So now that I did my eyeshadow in less than 2 minutes, I wipe my hands with a little wipey, clean up my hands. Make sure I have no makeup left. Makeup still setting. And then with my big brush, I just shake out any excess. And then sometimes I go in the middle between my nose so I won't get oily. Shake this off and then go tap a little bit of my forehead. Avoid any creases. And then just shake this down. Up, down, pat a little bit so it won't look too harsh. Same thing on this side. Down, pat a little bit, and over my neck. And that's pretty much it. That's all I do to my face. I just don't add too much. I just keep it very, very simple, very easy. And then of course now I'm gonna go ahead and pop on my lashes, and I will be right back. I'm almost done. I'm just finishing up here, gluing the rest. And then the other question that you guys asked me, and like I said, I'm gonna do a separate video on all the other questions that were asked, and just stay tuned for that. But today I just felt like I wanted to do a quick little get ready with me video, answer maybe 2 or 3 questions depending on how long this one is. And the other one was, what would you tell your 18-year-old self now if you were able to speak with her? Okay, so one of the things that I would tell my 18-year-old self would be, keep doing what you're doing, keep fighting the way that you're fighting, but at the same time, don't forget that in this world you cannot fully trust people. Okay, so you always want to make sure that you are always guarded, in a sense of making sure that keep going for your goals, keep doing what you're gonna do, but at the same time make sure that not everything is what it seems. Pretty much is what I would tell myself. So yeah, just make sure just keep fighting for your dreams, and you are gonna get there, girl. Don't give up, because there was times in my life, guys, that I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna be this for the rest of my life, and that's what it is. It is what it is. But no, it's not always like that. You may seem that one day you just have to get out of that routine that you're in. If you are trying to do something or become somebody, you have to come out of that stupid routine that we are all dealing with right now. Because I know at one point in my life, it was so hard for me to wake up. I just didn't want to do what I was doing, and it was just getting so hard, and it was just very, very, very I was in like a bad time in my life and I was just not happy. Nothing that I would do was good, and everything that I would start or I would attempt to begin, everything was failing. So I did start a little clothing store thing, but because of work and me not having enough time and me not actually going for my dreams, it did not work out. Like, honestly, if you guys are gonna start something, make sure you guys start something with passion, something in here in your heart that it's gonna work for you in the long run. Because if you start off a business seeing, hearing, because believe me, I fell into that whole Instagram starting a boutique kind of thing, and then mine didn't work out for whatever reason, and it was because I wasn't putting the work in and I wasn't really motivated for that, because that wasn't really my motivation. My motivation, yeah, it was me to have my own business. That was it. And then of course I love clothes, but that didn't mean that I was wanting to sell them all the time. So that was that, and it was just, I wouldn't say I failed at it. I would just say that I just didn't want to do it anymore. So I was getting good sales. I was getting people to buy things. I was started to go to the little flea market here and there, start to sell my items. So I was already making a little brand for myself. I was not so active on social media, but outside of social media, I was like, people knew that I started to sell clothes and people wanted to see what I had. So yeah, so that was not, it was nice to know that I was making money, but it wasn't something that I was passionate about, and it made me feel good inside, basically. So I would tell my 18-year-old, make sure you do something that you're passionate about, and make sure that everything that you do, you go in doing it with your heart. Because yeah, you can go in doing it with your brain, you know what to do, you know how to manage a business, you know how to do paperwork, numbers, all that stuff. But is it something that it's really from your heart? Is it something that's gonna make sense for you in the long run, you know? So yeah, so that's another thing I would say is make sure you make your decisions with your heart in regards to opening a business with your heart. And then this hair is bugging me right now, I swear. Have a lot of little baby hairs. There we go. But right now I'm going in with my L'Oreal. Again, L'Oreal, are you gonna sponsor me? Because I'm pretty much using all your products. So I think this is what it's gonna be, a L'Oreal product. Yeah, I'm using L'Oreal products only. Let's see if they hit me up. But yeah, just going over a little bit with my mascara through my lashes, and this is pretty much it. This is how I usually just get ready. My hair, most of the time I wash it every other day, or every like 3 to 4 days I wash it, I know. But you know what, it's fine, because I feel like now that I haven't been washing it so frequently, my hair is actually growing, and it actually looks very nice. The blonde is still there. I know you can still see a little bit more of the bottom of it because it's brighter because of the blonde, but eventually the blonde will all fall off and I'll probably go back to my natural hair color. My natural dark color. But yeah, this is me, this is my makeup, how I do it. And then I am gonna just finish it off with a little lipstick, or this one is the lip liner from Maybelline, and this one is Super Stay. So just gonna go over with this. Ta-da! And then this is it. This is how I do my daily look, my going out look. Nothing crazy. Obviously it looks dramatic because of the lashes. The lashes are pretty long, but yeah, that's pretty much what I do. This is my everyday. Alright guys, so if you guys enjoyed this little chit chat with me, definitely let me know. And don't forget to subscribe down below. I'm going to be bringing you guys videos every week. And I'm going to make a little schedule to see exactly what days I'm going to be posting. But for now, look forward to a video at least 2 to 3 times a week. And I'll have a full-on schedule. Maybe in the next couple of weeks I'll post something showing when I'll be posting my videos. But yeah, those are the questions that I answered. But I'm going to be making a follow-up video with the rest of the questions, and I might be bringing in a special guest. So stay tuned for that next video, and I will see you guys on my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, and if you guys really enjoyed this look, go ahead and give it a like. Let me know what you guys think. This is my very, very simple, basic look, and not much effort, so anybody can do this little look. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'll see you guys on my next video. Thank you so much for watching, guys.